This is my latest phony seal. This guy goes on for an hour and 45 minutes of the biggest bullshit stories you ever heard. And I can't believe there's guys out there that are still that stupid to get up in that uniform and sit in front of a camera and just tell all those lies when they know there's a guy out there like me, ready to pounce. Like a jungle cat.
People don't realize that a shark has very poor eyesight, number one. Number two, they have very sensitive hearing. And all you gotta do is holler underwater real loud and they're gone.
I did not know that.
But you don't want to mess with a barracuda because they're vicious. And they will fight you. Their teeth are like razors and needles.
Now,
We had to cut one of our guys' arm off right here one time.
From the barracuda.
He stuck his hand in the damn hole about that big. Barracuda grabbed it. We couldn't get him loose. We're running out of air. We're already down to almost nothing on our reserves. So he said, you know, he motioned to him. He said, okay. We put a tourniquet on him, cut his arm off. He couldn't be back in the SEALs anymore, but he's still a diver.
If you swing by the website, you can see all this guy's crap. But this guy here, I'll post up here. Here's another phony SEAL Vietnam vet, the Crossbow phony SEAL. He's a killer guy with a crossbow. Oh, God. They get away with that stuff for a long time, and you know this is the problem. They've been doing it so long, and all of a sudden, stolen valor is center stage now, and they have problems getting out of it. They've told those lies for so long, and it's not hard to unravel them. You know, those are his records that came back, and that's a problem. You know, it pisses people off down there at that club, and when you're making these weird claims, it doesn't do any good for the Navy, any which way or SEAL team. You know, you think it's harmless boasting. But people go home and they tell those stories. That's what, you know, this guy had come up and told me. And then they tell their kids these stories, and the kids tell these stories about this guy killing people. And just some of the stories that they tell, you would think would just stay in that little crowd, and they do not. They spread. People love telling stories about other people. And so his days of shooting Viet Cong with a crossbow and rescuing POWs has come to a screeching halt. Hey, Dale, it's Don Shipley.
Hey, how you doing, Don?
Oh, doing fine, doing fine. Glad to be talking to you, Dale. I understand you were a old Team 1 guy, Vietnam guy.
Yeah, way back. Well, back shortly after everything began.
Oh, great. It's an honor to speak to you, Dale. You have a SEAL training class that you went through. You remember the number?
Yeah. I was unit team first, but then it was class 55.
Oh. You remember when that class graduated, Dale?
Yeah, that was back in January of 1971.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're, yeah.
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah. You remember any of the, you were a Team 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a Team 1 myself, and then went on the East Coast to Team 2, so you got to forgive me. I left Team 1. Oh, Dale, do you remember?
Well, you went to Coronado, and then you went back east, and you deserted us?
Yeah, I deserted you guys, man. That's for sure. I hate to say it, but I became an East Coast guy and retired out here.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale, do you remember any of the guys you went through training with?
Yeah. White SC, Stephen Edwards, White SC.
Oh, Stephen Edwards.
Yeah, White, that's his middle name, Edwards.
And that was in class 55?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anybody else?
Let me see, who else is it? Terrell was in there, Loftus was in there.
Dale, you used a crossbow on these operations?
Yeah, I did. Yes, sir.
POW.
It was graphite. And it didn't take too well. I mean, I was like one of the few people that could ever use it.
Shooting sentries in Vietnam with that thing?
So yeah, I did hit a few.
That's what I heard. That's crazy.
But we were pretty close in to finish them off. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Within 50 feet, it was very effective.
No, I bet. And those were for prisoner of war rescues?
Yeah.
Did you actually get any Americans?
Well, they told me that in 2000, when President Clinton gave my unit the presidential unit citation, they said that we rescued over 300 during the 3.5 years I was active before I got injured.
300 Americans you guys rescued? That's crazy.
That's what they told us. I had no recollection of how many we rescued through the years that we were doing it.
You guys rescued 300 Americans, Dale?
Yeah, our only mission was to rescue POWs, and that's all we did.
But they were Americans.
I'm having a hard time talking.
They were.
I don't remember the dates exactly.
Dale, chill out, bro.
Yeah.
You rescued 300 Americans over there during those POW raids?
That's what they told me in 2000 when
but you rescued them. You couldn't tell the difference between an American and a Vietnamese guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Me personally, I don't know anything.
All right, look, Dale, let me just cut to it. I don't recall any Americans ever being rescued during Vietnam as part of prisoner of war liberations. I know some Vietnamese guys were very lucky to be liberated. But your name's not showing up under Class 55. None of the names that you gave me are showing up. And the dates you gave me were wrong. That class graduated in April of 1970. And the last SEALs were out in 1972. So,
well, like I say, I would have to look at my DD-214 to make absolutely sure, Mr. What was his name? Shipley?
Yeah. Any reason why your name isn't listed under Class 55? Dale?
Dale doesn't know. I have no idea why it wouldn't be. I can go and pull my files if you like me to. I got no problem with that, but that's all I know.
Yeah. Dale, I was asked to verify this. I verified the other SEAL that the guy had mentioned, Jackson, but I couldn't find any listing your name. And then he started on me about these crossbow stories, and I've never heard anything like that. I recall seeing it once in John Wayne, the Green Berets over there, where one of the Vietnamese guys shot a dude with a crossbow. How could you rescue guys and not know if they were Americans or Vietnamese or Korean, whatever?
I mean, I don't know anything about any numbers until they told me the numbers.
Well, they were Americans? You physically held them and rescued them and embraced them as you pulled them out of their cages after all that horrific treatment they've been? You embraced them and you don't know if they were American? I mean, how do you rescue someone and you don't know what they were? I don't see any history of any Americans being successfully liberated.
I didn't know.
Hey, Dale, you just spreading the shit on you spreading the shit on a little bit thick about these SEAL claims out there for these guys? I see you're wearing a trident in some of these pictures. Did you serve on the USS Washington City, LST 1166?
1166 was down in Vung Tau a bunch of times, and we were on board that puppy a bunch of times. We would go down there to actually rest and relaxation on that puppy. Yes, sir. I know.
But you weren't a member of ship's company on there. You weren't a seaman on that ship.
I was TAD there a few times. I've been a member of Mr. Don when I was thinking on it. I was TAD on that number, that 1166. I remember.
Did you ever serve on the USS Robinson, DDG-12?
Don't recollect that one.
Well, I was looking at something here. It looked like you were ship's company on the USS Washington City as a seaman, and you got off and went to Comland Ship Run 9 as an OS3. Nothing on the USS Robinson, DDG-12?
Don't recollect that one.
Yeah, it looks like you reported aboard 1 October 1973, and looks like something happened. Now, me personally, I'm the guy with 8 captain's masts for fighting. I was quite a brawler, but it does appear here that you had a CO's NJP and got busted down to an OSSN. I'm not showing anything up here about SEAL or anything. No 6 tours, no POWs.
Well, what we'll do is I'll give, when my sister gets this thing and emails my regular orders, then I will tell you I've been doing some thinking on this. And it did take me a while because I went through a lot of psychological issues, and I've been told a lot of things that I don't recollect.
Well, but you do recollect being on the Washington City.
I do recollect being in that amphibious, that was, I believe, the amphibious Navy, and being on that puppy a lot of times. By the way, Mr. Shipley, Don, I did have a recollection that what I was talking about, them numbers of prisoners, was what I was told in 2000 by that reporter from the Daily Breeze.
It looks like you had some trouble in the Navy. You did serve. You are a Vietnam veteran, but this whole SEAL thing and POWs and crossbows doesn't do anybody any good in SEAL team or the reputation of everybody that honorably served in the United States Navy with these ridiculous stories.
Whatever happens with it all, happens with it all. I really don't give a rat fuck.
Yeah, I know. I can sense it, sir. Why don't you just stop wearing that SEAL trident and tell your wife and kids and everything that I was never a SEAL anymore. Okay. Have a good one, Dale. Yeah, he backstroked there a bit, but these records are very clear. He won't send you anything. They're always in their sister's attic or their mother, and she's going to fax me a copy. Yeah, right. These came straight from the National Personnel Record Center in St. Louis, Missouri. This is what he did, and he had some trouble in the Navy. And we see this, it's constant with these guys that actually did serve. They had a bad run. The Navy didn't work out for him, and they're ashamed of that. He's ashamed of his past in the Navy, so he compensates for it by turning himself into a hero.